I was in labor for just under 24 hours.
Wow.
I loved, just walking around every day knowing that she was inside me.
Hello, everyone. You're listening to Baby Steps, sponsored by Oxford and Soho Baby, a podcast dedicated to exploring the personal and emotional journeys of parenting. I'm your host. My name is Medea. Today I have Amanda, lifestyle content creator and mother of one. Amanda, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. We're going to start with something called the Fast Five, where I ask you five questions back to back and you answer with the first thing that comes to your head.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right. Biggest pregnancy craving.
Sugar.
Sugar, like anything or like straight out of the box.
Mostly ice cream, but really anything sugary. I had a huge sweet tooth.
Okay, yeah, I love ice cream. Was it a specific flavor or just all ice cream?
I had my husband go get me the quart containers of the pre-mixed Coldstone creations. The birthday cake remix was my jam.
I love birthday cake. That's a good one. Which is worse, you run out of diapers or you run out of wipes?
Diapers.
Diapers, yeah, a lot of people say that. That's hard. You can't create diapers out of stuff you find in the house. But
Right.
wipes you can kind of create.
Yeah. Could use a paper towel if you really had to. Wouldn't be the best, but
Yeah. One word to describe labor and one word to describe parenthood.
labor I would describe as challenging. Parenthood, I'd say beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Those are good. Favorite baby product you can't live without.
Oh, the owlet sock.
Oh, what's that?
That's it's like a monitor and it tracks the baby's oxygen and their heart rate. So I will literally never let my baby sleep without this. It just gives me peace of mind.
Oh, is it like connected to your phone?
Yeah, it's I think it's connected to Bluetooth, and then if you connect to Wi-Fi, you can view the readings on your phone too. And then if there's any issue, like your baby's levels are low, it'll notify you on your phone and on the base station.
Whoa, I've never heard of that. That's very helpful.
Oh my God, it's my favorite.
Wow. Okay, cool. And last question, most unexpected joy of motherhood.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a hard one. Sorry, I know this is supposed to be fast. This is
That's
not that
okay.
fast. I'm gonna say growth. Just being able to see all the milestones. I guess that's not really unexpected, but maybe more so how fast everything happens.
Yes. Yeah. People say you blink your eye and they're already 5 years old.
Yeah, and maybe like the smaller milestones. Like I knew about the big milestones that I would be excited to see those, but the smaller ones too have like kind of caught me off guard as the first time mom, and it's just been so great to see.
Oh, like what kind of smaller milestones?
Just the very subtle, like different ways of communication. Um, Even just her, she's now starting to mimic me a little more. Um, she's trying to put her pacifier and her bottles in my mouth. Like just things like that are so cute to me. I love it.
Oh, okay, now we'll go into the actual questions.
Mhm.
What was the most surprising part of pregnancy or birth that no one warned you about?
Ooh, I feel like so I have three sisters, so and they all had kids. So I do feel like I was pretty prepared. Um, the first trimester was rough, and I knew that it would be, but I didn't know how rough it would be until I got there. And I was like, why do people choose to do this a second time?
Mm.
Now, of course, I see why, and I want to do it again, but no, it was rough. The nausea, the exhaustion. And then you said for labor too, right?
Yes.
Hmm. Oh, that's a tough one. I feel like I had a really great labor experience, honestly. It was definitely the most challenging thing I've ever done. But it, I don't know, I guess the pain, if I had to say one thing that was kind of unexpected, the pain was probably worse than I even anticipated. I knew it would be bad, but it was bad.
How long was the pushing and like the whole process?
I believe I only pushed for about 20 minutes, so
Oh,
pushing wasn't too bad. I was in labor for just under 24 hours.
wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. And the pain, would you say that's the most painful thing you've ever been through?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Wow. Yeah, that scares me.
I would do it
But
again though in a heartbeat.
yeah.
It was like the most rewarding thing. And I did have a vaginal birth. So just knowing that like I did that, like I pushed her out was like the craziest feeling.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it in the end, but during the process, it's probably the worst thing ever.
It was rough.
Can you describe the moment you realized you were in labor?
Yes. So I woke up and my daughter's actually born 5 days before my birthday. So I
Oh,
got up, we had a breakfast reservation to celebrate my birthday, and I was in the shower and I was like, because I never had Braxton Hicks, so I was like, maybe that's what this is. My mom was in town, she had just gotten there. So perfect timing. And I was like, Mom, I think I might be in labor. And I was still prepared to go to that breakfast reservation. It was a hard reservation to get. So, yeah, within maybe like 30 minutes, I was like, okay, no, I think this is actual labor and I'm not making it to breakfast.
so you had contractions right then?
Yeah, and I feel like they were, even from the beginning, they were pretty regular and not super quick, but maybe within like 5, 6 minutes. So I feel like it accelerated pretty quickly.
Wow. So now you guys share a birthday month.
No, actually, she is March 30th and I'm April 4th. So
Oh,
we just missed
uh,
the same birthday month, but we're both Aries.
oh, okay. That's cool. That's really cool. What were some of the most memorable moments during your pregnancy?
Hmm. I think honestly, just every time that I got to feel her kick was just so incredible. I felt so connected to her. I loved, just walking around every day knowing that she was inside me. I'm also a really big Disney person, so and I do live in Orlando, Florida, so we um, are at the parks quite a few times a week, and just being able to um, experience all the stages of pregnancy at Disney, at my favorite place, and getting to do that all with her, and then now being able to do it as a mom and actually bring her along has just been so great. I did also. Um, try to walk as much as I could at Disney right in the end of my pregnancy. And I was a teacher, so I was on spring break, and I just spent the whole spring break walking around Disney trying to induce labor. And that was a really uh, just, I don't know, I have a really fond memories of that time just walking around trying to get that labor started.
Oh, does she love Disney?
She does. I mean, as much as she can. She's only 10 months old, so she likes it as much as a 10-month-old could. She's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
excited, but she can't tell me, like, Mom, I want to go to Disney. But she loves the characters, the fireworks, the shows, the rides, all of that.
When she gets older, she'll appreciate it more.
Yes.
Yeah. What surprised you most about the postpartum period?
Oh, a lot. That was something that I felt like I was more unprepared for. I feel like my pregnancy after the first trimester was pretty smooth. Um, but and sorry to be gross here, but
No,
the
tell
the
us everything.
sweat, the sweat was crazy. Like the hot flashes was so bad. Having to, be an adult wearing a diaper for those like first couple weeks was crazy. I'm trying to think of what else. The boobs
Um,
size.
mhm.
So yeah, just all of the body changes were it was a lot. It was a lot to adjust to.
Yeah, so the sweat and all that didn't happen during pregnancy, it was only post.
Yeah, I have always ran more cold even during pregnancy. I didn't have any issues like hot flashes or anything. And the second I had her, I was immediately so hot. And it's gotten better, but I'm still definitely running more hot now, which is frustrating being in Florida.
Yeah, oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Wow. And then what about like emotions? Did you feel like your emotions were different?
Emotionally, I think I actually did pretty well postpartum. I feel like in those first couple weeks, I kind of just felt, I'm not disconnected, but maybe like in disbelief that this was my life and like this was actually my baby. Um,
Hmm.
like looking at her, I was like, that's crazy. Like, that's really mine. And
Hmm.
I definitely had a couple periods of time where I got really anxious. And I do have anxiety already. I have OCD as well. And so I think being already medicated for that helped out a lot. Um, because I was on the medication through my whole pregnancy and postpartum. So I think that helped me to not spiral as much as I think I would have had I
Hmm.
not taken my medication. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So overall, I think I had maybe a better emotional experience than most postpartum. But I think because I was medicated, honestly.
Yeah, having a baby is very anxiety inducing, very
Mhm.
scary, so it makes sense to be anxious, but that definitely gets better over time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely.
How has becoming a mother changed you?
Ooh, I feel like it has I don't know. That's such a hard question because it definitely has changed me, but I feel like it's been such like a gradual, natural change that I was really ready for. I was like really in the time of my life where I wanted to be a mom, that it doesn't necessarily feel like a change because I was so ready to step into that role. I do feel like I've maybe become a little more um maybe I don't know if chill is the right word. I'm
Ooh.
gonna say chill and in my emotions. I feel like most moms would probably say the opposite, but I just really want like a peaceful environment. Um, you know, a lot of sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Just
That's
a
okay.
really peaceful environment and a positive experience for her. So I feel like I really tried to channel that myself. I am not as type A as I thought I would be. Um, I'm a little more of a type B mom for sure.
Yeah, having a child, you figure out how you're gonna now I'm losing my train of thought. But being a mom, it reveals parts of yourself that you've never seen before. So maybe you were type A before, but now have you been type A ever or just you've always been type B?
I'm kind of like a combination. It depends on the day.
Okay, me too. So, yeah, that's interesting that you became a little bit more type B when you had a child.
Mhm.
That's, yeah, because some people become very type A and organized and like a little too much. So, that's cool that you're chill. What's one piece of advice you heard about motherhood that turned out to be totally wrong?
Hmm. Trying to think. I feel like honestly, people probably gave me so much advice, but I feel like not that I ignored a lot of it, but I know that people give you so much advice that I kind of learned to tune it out because I didn't want to over freak out, especially before I had her when I was still pregnant. I didn't want to, I don't know, like overanalyze motherhood. And I really wanted to like take it as it came and make it my own. But maybe I don't know. That's a really hard question. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of something.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, people have so many contradicting opinions. I feel like at some point you have to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna do my own thing, not take everyone's opinions and let that become so big.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, probably some of the more kind of going back to what I was saying about being like type A, type B. I feel like people were thinking like, oh, you're going to care about this, like you're going to be so strict about breastfeeding, about the germs, about this and that. And not that I wasn't, because of course I still cared about that and her health and safety. But I think that especially the way that I think some people can overreact to some things, I think I was more chill about it. Again, going back to being chill too, than than other people thought I would be.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Because if
Hmm.
you're too worried about everything, I feel like that's just gonna make everything worse. So taking it easy, going with the flow, being chill is probably a better way to go about it.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
What's something you wish more people talked about when it comes to birth or motherhood?
Everything, honestly. I think I think that it's just not nearly talked about enough. I used to have more birth and motherhood, but uh, talking about pregnancy too, I was really, even with like my sister's experiences and my mom's experiences, when that first trimester hit, I was like, holy moly, this sucks. I was like, I didn't expect it to be this bad. I feel like people say it's bad, but like you don't really get the extent to which the nausea can affect your life. So I feel like just really all of it. Just I think we should, as women and mothers, be more transparent about our experiences so that it allows other mothers to really see what they're, getting themselves into, the good and the bad. So maybe you could have this really terrible, hard labor, but it's not everyone's experience is like that.
Yeah, it really isn't talked about enough.
Hmm.
Everyone should share their story on some platform because there's so many different experiences and someone will be able to relate to it. So it's just important to share your story.
Yes, definitely. And get like a really well-rounded picture. Like some people are only hearing the negatives, and then are only hearing the positives. And I think it's really important that we are hearing it all.
Hmm. Yeah. Final question. What advice would you give mothers and fathers listening right now?
Take advantage of every single second. You will never regret taking that photo, taking that video, um, and just really being present. I've been trying so hard to be present, especially like without the phones, without screens and everything. Just really be present with my baby and, make the most of your time together because it flies by.
Yeah, it goes by so fast. You don't want to regret not being there when you could have.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all we have for today. Amanda, thank you so much for coming on. Listeners,
Thank
thank you
you.
for tuning in. You've been listening to Baby Steps, sponsored by Oxford and Soho Baby. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.
You've been listening to Baby Steps, sponsored by Oxford and Soho Baby. If you're in the market for a new crib, glider, dresser, or more, we'd love for you to check out our line of furniture. Head over to oxfordbabyandkids.com or sohobaby.com. All links are within the show notes. For more information as a listener, enter the code podcast10 for 10% off your total purchase, plus free shipping on all orders over $799. Thanks for listening and tune into our next episode. Bye for now, and remember, every step is a step towards progress. We hope today's story gives you the confidence and the assurance that every journey is different, but we do it together.